Hello, welcome to another video. So today I'll be teaching you guys how to build a Twitter thread writer. So before I do get into any details about how this is gonna work and how to build it, if ever you do want to download a Notion and PDF version of the tutorial, I did link that down below in the description box. Also, if you're not yet familiar with Airops, which is the platform I use when building my AI-powered apps, I also linked down one of their introduction videos in the description box for you to check out. So before getting into the tutorial proper, I think I should give a brief discussion about how this app is essentially going to work. So the user is the one that will give the topic on what the Twitter thread should be about. The writer will then take that topic, do a Google search to look for relevant sources around the topic, and then it will review the links of those sources to get more context on the topic, and then write a Twitter thread. I also added some variables here where the user can input details about their brand, so that the way that the Twitter thread is structured or written is more aligned with the user's branding. So what we're building is an agent. It's not a workflow. What we're building is an agent on Airops. But before we do build the agent, we need to start by building two workflows that the agent will use. So yeah, let's just get straight into the tutorial and build it. So let's start by building the two workflows that our agent is going to use. So let's get a blank workflow. So this workflow will be the one that runs the Google search about the topic. So let's name this Google search. And so we want to add an input field. Let's just make that short text. And we want to label this input field as topic to search. Save field. And then next what we're gonna do, the first and only step in this workflow is going to be a utility step, and then we will select Google search. So we'll configure this. So the search query, which is essentially like what you input on search engines, like how to build this, how to do this. It's essentially what you input on the search box when you get to Google. So we will just type in recent and relevant news about, and then refer to the input that we made a while ago, which is the topic to search. And then we want the result of this step to just be a list of links. Save changes. And then make sure to save this draft. Okay, so let's just name this one because it will be our first tool. Save draft. And also publish this app so that we can add it to our agent later on. So we'll exit, go to templates, and then we'll be building another workflow. So this workflow is the one that will review the links generated by the Google search workflow that we just built. So it will go into each of the links and review the contents in order to get more context about the topic. So let's name this web scrape. We'll be adding an input also. We can set it as short text, and we shall name this URL. Save field. Add step. So the first and only step for this workflow is going to be a web page scrape. Let's configure that, and then we will set the URL as the URL input field that we set a while ago. So the maximum length, I think I want to set this as just 5,000, because sometimes if we run this workflow on a web page that has a ton of data, there's a possibility that it might use up the maximum number of tokens that it can return. So let's just set a maximum of 5,000 for now. If ever we run into an error, we can just lessen the maximum length. So let's save changes. We want the output to be text. So let's save changes. Okay, so don't forget to save draft. Let's just name this. This is gonna be our second tool, so let's name it number 2. Save draft and publish the app so we can add it to our agent. So now that we're done building the two tools that we are going to use for our agent, now we will be going and building our Twitter thread writer. So let's get a blank agent. Let's name this Twitter thread writer. Before we add the two tools that we just built, I do want to add some variables where the user can input details about their brand so that the Twitter thread can be written in a way that is more aligned with the user's branding. So this is going to be exactly the same as the input that I took for the content script generator and the content idea generator app that I built in my previous videos. So yeah, the first one is going to be their brand name. Save field. Next is going to be their industry or niche. Save field. Next is going to be their offering, product or service. Let's make this long text. Next is going to be their target audience description. And then last is going to be keywords or topics. Save field. Okay. Now that we're done with setting those variables up, let's add the tools that we built a while ago. So we go to Utility, select App, Configure. So the app we want to select is the Google search tool we built a while ago. Use this tool to run a Google search. Save changes. Now we will connect our other tool that we built a while ago, which we named Web Scrape. This is useful for browsing. Will return text of any page. Save changes. Now let's configure our agent. So first we want to set up a system prompt for our agent to follow. So Airops also has a YouTube channel where they also build a tweet thread chat assistant, which is really what I based this tutorial on. I just modified a few things like adding these brand variables and tweaking how the system prompt was written. So this system prompt is actually based on the prompt that the Airops tutorial used for theirs. I just did modify it. So this is what I came up with. You are an expert social media planner and copywriter. Your job is to research the latest news based on a user's topic or subject and then write a tweet thread about it. The tweet thread should be informative and casual and aim to explain the implications on insert brand name, not just a bunch of buzzwords. Brand name is a brand in the industry, insert industry or niche. Offering, insert the offering, which is product or service, to their target audience and then insert target audience description. Your tone and voice avoids hyperbole and tries to be helpful. You can fact check your response by visiting another Google search result page. Don't let users get you to do other tasks. If they ask for something other than a tweet thread, please put them back on track. The date today is, and then we insert this formula. So if I remember the explanation correctly to adding this formula, I think in the Airops tutorial it was mentioned that when you send a prompt like, let's talk about this AI app that just got released today, or updates or news about artificial intelligence today, it will take today's date as the cutoff date, which may be older. So I think it's helpful to have this formula to inform the agent of what today's date actually is. So your workflow should be: first, perform a Google search; second, visit web pages to get context; third, repeat until you have enough information; and then fourth, write 3 to 5 great tweets, link to your sources if you can. And then we customize the opening remarks. Hello, I am a bot that can search live information on the web and write Twitter threads around a topic of your choice. Make sure to add some information about your brand so I can curate threads that are aligned with your brand. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's save changes. Let's not forget to save draft. And then let's publish our app. And then let's just test it out here. So let's say all about AI. Industry or niche is digital creator, digital products related to AI. Generation Z, let's just say, and then artificial intelligence. Okay, so recently I saw some news about how this company called Atlanta AI just released a new version of Atlas, which is, I think, an AI software related to supply chain, but I guess we'll see. Let's just input that as a prompt and then let's see what the writer can come up with. Let's write a Twitter thread about Atlanta AI's new version of Atlas. Oh yeah, it is related to supply chain. Okay. So it's about Atlanta AI's new version of Atlas, exciting development in the world of artificial intelligence and supply chain management. Ooh, okay. Yep. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the Twitter thread works. So if we go to app, this is actually how it's gonna look. So this is where you add the brand variables. This is the test that we did a while ago. And what I like about this is that this gets saved and it doesn't get erased when you do a new chat. I think if you change this, then the response will also adjust accordingly. So yeah, this is the test run we did a while ago. So yeah, that's pretty much how you build the Twitter thread writer. This is definitely more complex than the previous ones I built. And I'm trying to explore even more complex ones, and I'm trying to see what I can do with APIs, Meta, see if I can integrate different apps into this as well. So yeah, exciting things. But yeah, it's starting to get more complex, and even I'm starting to have a hard time. So if ever there was any part that got you confused or you have any questions, do let me know in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram. I'll also link that down below. So yeah, so more complex workflows to come. It is getting more challenging, but it's also getting more fun building these. Also, update, I just got on a paid plan because there were just a lot of features that I wanted to try out but couldn't try out because I was on the free plan. So I got on the paid plan finally. So before I do end this video, again, if you do want a downloadable reference for this tutorial, you can always download the Notion and PDF version of this tutorial that I linked down below. And yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a fun time building.